Well, we've come a long way, and your site is hopefully starting to take shape. And I know it might not be looking quite like you want it yet, and this is part of the learning experience. You're going to be making mistakes in WordPress, but you're going to be trying different themes and different plugins and learning how it all fits together. And the nice thing is you can always delete what you don't like. And honestly, if you completely mess up so badly, you could always just reinstall WordPress as well, since you've seen how to install it. And I hope it doesn't come to that, but I just always want to tell people making mistakes is part of the learning process, and so just keep at it. This lecture is actually going to be a little bit of a detour from just mostly WordPress, and I want to talk just a little bit about search engine optimization. Now, and this is called SEO, search engine optimization. And it's the art really of trying to get your site ranking well in Google, so when people search for certain keywords, your site appears well in the rankings, and that's how you're going to get your traffic. Now, search engine optimization is an art and a science unto itself, and I'm sure you could find 10,000 courses just on these online learning platforms on SEO, as well as 10,000 websites and probably 5,000 books that cover this topic. More importantly, you probably get 20,000 companies offering to do search engine optimization for you as well. So I want to talk just a little bit about SEO. I can't get into the level of detail that those pure dedicated SEO courses will go into, but this is the groundwork just to get you thinking about it. And I do want to show you a WordPress plugin, which I think is very valuable to your SEO efforts generally. So let's talk about SEO. We have what we call on-site SEO and off-site SEO, and it's really kind of as the name implies. On-site is that SEO which you can do on your website, the things that you're in control of directly, because it's text on your pages. Off-site SEO are things that are external to your website. These are things that are not directly in your control, but it does affect your rankings, and we'll talk about both of those. Now, in terms of on-site SEO, Google really is always trying to see if your site is relevant to the user's search query. So in my fictitious site that we were building through this course, it was host daily deals. Maybe that's what I want to have my site rank for. I try and find the keywords that are most relevant. Maybe it's hosting deals, and I'd like to try and rank well on Google for the keyword or the phrase hosting deals. And there's a whole art to finding which keywords are more competitive and less competitive. And again, I'm not trying to get into a full dissertation on SEO here. And Google's going to look at a lot of factors as to why should your site for host deals rank better than, for example, my site on host deals. And so Google's going to take a lot of factors into account. One of them being the keyword density. It's how often does that keyword appear in the text or my site. Now, if my site talks about host deals, maybe say 10 times, and yours only talks about it once, there's a chance, probability-wise, that my site maybe is more relevant than your site because I have more of that phrase appearing on my site. Now, big word of caution there, and it's the next bullet: write for users, not for search engines. In the late 90s, early 2000s, the people tried to do keyword stuffing. They figured out, okay, the search engines like keyword density, so you would find them doing things like saying, host deals, host deals, host deals, come here for host deals, just trying to up that keyword density so their site would rank better. Of course, Google and the search engines caught onto that, and they view that as spam now, and that's bad because your site can be completely de-indexed or manually penalized, and it's very hard to recover from those. Other entrepreneurial, enterprising web developers, they try to add keywords, but in the same color as the background of your text, so users couldn't see it, your users couldn't see it, but Google would still find it. So it was like white text on a white background, and it would be, we are the best host deals company, come here for host deals, you'll find great host deals. So it was language that didn't really make sense, but Google was picking it up and indexing it and upping the site in the rankings but your users didn't see it. So they thought they could game the system that way. And of course, once again, search engines caught onto that. So just try not to write for the search engine. Try not to scam or spam the search engine, but do keep keyword density in mind when you're writing an article like a blog post or a page, that you should at least use the keywords that you want to rank for. Make a list of those keywords, and then make sure you use that in your content as you normally would, again, without trying to overly make it, intensely keyword dense. And likewise, headings, if you're using a heading or a page heading, if you just try and apply like a logic filter here, if I have a site on my page, let's say we're talking about kitchen appliance repairs, and I have a page on my site that's called oven repair, that is a good indication to Google that my page is probably related to oven repairs, because that's the title of my page and that's the heading on my page. So you can see how Google start using those factors to try and understand what is relevant. So write good content. That's Google's motto. They don't want you to try and game the search engine, but the reality is you have to have some level of cognizance of the search engine requirement and write your content around that. It'll be a good exercise for you to learn about keyword research to find out how competitive a keyword is. For example, host deals is probably an incredibly competitive keyword, and it's going to be very difficult to rank for it. So you can find what we call the long tail keywords, and it's different variations that might not be that competitive but still get you good traffic. So do try and understand which keywords you want. Make sure they appear in your content and your headers and your page titles, but do so reasonably. And again, I do encourage you to start embarking on a journey of learning about SEO. There's a lot to be learned, and I'm certainly not doing it justice. However, I do want to show you a little bit of a shortcut to what helps immensely, and it is an SEO plugin for WordPress called Yoast. And you'll recall we spoke about plugins in an earlier section, and we installed a Contact Us plugin. So let's go ahead and install a new plugin for SEO. So this is my dashboard, which you're pretty well familiar with right by now. And we're going to go to plugins and click up here to add new. And now we'll go into search, and we'll search for Yoast. And we see this plugin here called WordPress SEO by Yoast. So go ahead and click install now, confirm. And that plugin is now installed. And once again, every time you install a plugin, you have to activate it. So I will activate it. Now you'll see what's interesting. What happens here is that it's added a new menu to my menu bar at the left. Remember, plugins and themes can extend your menu. And I've got a new one here called SEO. And let's go to that dashboard for the SEO. I'm going to close that out for right now. And there is a premium option as well if you need additional features and or feel like supporting the author of this plugin. Certainly look at those as well. A lot of defaults. I mean, I'm not going to go through all the settings, but I want to show you what's important about this plugin. Let's first just go to one of your pages that you already had. So let's take, for example, that home page that we developed, or even the product page. So let's edit that. And then that page will load up. And if you recall, this was the text we had in there. Now, if you look below here, because we installed the plugin, we've got an additional section on our page authoring. And it's giving us a lot of information. And on the right-hand side here, there's a little SEO thing with a sort of a gray mark. Let me click check. And it says no focus keyword was set for this page. If you do not set a focus keyword, no score can be calculated. So let's go here. And for this page, what do I want to rank for? Now, this was a fictitious page, but my site is about host daily deals. So let's say that I wanted to rank for hosting deals. So I'll type that in, and it will immediately do an analysis for me and say, it didn't appear in your article heading, it didn't appear in the page title, it's not in the URL, it's nowhere in the content, and it's not in the meta description. Now, the meta description is text that your users don't see, but Google does. And it has a slight relevance in ranking, but it also appears in that snippet. This is what it looks like if people find your site on Google. So you want to provide a little bit of a description so that your site is compelling to click on, and it can help you rank. So let's just go ahead and add a meta description, and you should get into the habit of doing this for all your pages. We scour the internet daily for the best hosting deals and bring them straight to you. Now you'll see this became yes 1 because my keyword that I'm trying to focus on is hosting deals, and it now appears in my metadata, and you can see what it looks like now if Google found it and indexed it, and it looks pretty good. Now let's see, it's so instead of saying these are the products we sell, let's just say these are the hosting deals we find for you. I'll take that out, just click update to save that page. And you can see I've got the content is flagged as yes, because that is now founding my keyword hosting deals in the content. So you can start seeing how my SEO is improving. It's still saying it's kind of poor because we don't have it in any of the headings or anything. So let's go ahead and do hosting deals, and we'll make that a heading. Heading 1 is always good. We'll click update. And now we can see that it appears twice in the content because we do want to reach a certain level of keyword density. The URL is not great, so let's change this product URL. I'm going to edit the URL to be hosting deals. Let's update that. And now you can see it's in my page URL as well. And let's change that to hosting deals. Great. So you can see we've checked. We've got all these checked out now as green, and our SEO is checking out as okay. Just going quickly to my site, you'll see that we changed it from products to hosting deals. This gives us SEO value as well because that gives us we've got more of the keyword hosting deals that I'm trying to rank for. So great. So that's a much better thing than just calling it products now that I'm being focused and cognizant of what my SEO requirements are. Page analysis on that plugin, and this is very important. So it's giving you a checklist and says there are 15 words contained in the body copy. This is far too low and should be increased. The reason is because Google doesn't like thin content sites. It's used to people trying to scam them, etc. It wants rich content. It wants a lot of text. It wants original text. It wants a site that's delivering value to the user, that they're not just going to find it and click right off of it. So provide meaningful content. So this is warning you right there. Look, your site only has 15 words. That's not going to cut it. It says no images appear in this page. So, again, could be an indicator of spam if it's just a bunch of text. So it's wanting an image. And it says no outbound links, etc. So certainly you can play with all of these, but then some of the others are now green. And that's good. Social is having social links to your Facebook profile, etc. Google do value that as well. So as you can see, this Yoast SEO plugin does tremendous things to your general SEO efforts, and it's certainly worthwhile to make sure that for every page you try and get as much green here as you can, and do the page analysis and make sure that at least you have no red items. Just by doing that, you're going to find great leaps and bounds ahead in your SEO efforts before you even think of engaging an SEO company. The only thing I want to caution you with this, if you're using these advanced themes, that you saw elsewhere in our presentation, the SEO plugin can sometimes struggle because of the way those themes work. They don't have all the text in a page. They're kind of constructing it dynamically through a bunch of plugins, etc. And then Yoast is unable to read the page. And that might sound confusing to you now, but just view it as a forewarning that with some of those advanced themes, this Yoast SEO plugin may not work as well, but still worthwhile to check out. So that's what you need to do for your on-site SEO. This is all content on your site to make sure that you are going to rank as well as you can possibly rank. And after this, we'll look at some of the off-site SEO topics.